if I pop off, then you'll pop off and it'll just be some popping off. Hey, sweet people. Welcome back to the chat suite. I'm Shani, and this is my lovely friend, Bevy. Hey. And we are here today with another recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 5, The Rumor Mill. Okay. Well, this episode was interesting. Gave us a little bit more of Miss Tea Fanny, who served some cold tea last week. And it starts off with how that scene concludes. And I'll say this, to me, she was still very rude. I didn't think that she was empathetic to Destiny's feelings, saying, well, that was years ago. Okay, I mean, but who are you to say how long someone has to recover from something that hurt them, or, something that was adverse to their relationship? Adverse situation. So I was like, ugh. And another thing too, Melody, to me, I love you, girl. However,
I told
you contributed to that nonsense, instigating, talking about does he cheat? We shouldn't. I don't be worried if he was a cheater. Does he cheat? What? And a friend would not do that. You try to de-escalate and smooth it over and stop to talk about it. You don't egg it out. Go ahead, baby. What you gonna say?
And she did a whole explanation on the social channels about, I don't know, you guys want me to be a mean girl so much. You guys want me to be the bad person so much. I wasn't saying anything wrong when I was asking Destiny about if he was a cheater. I was just trying to say to her, if he wasn't a cheater, then there was nothing for her to worry about. And she was like, you all are trying to say that I knew Tiffany and was trying to set that up. I'm like, sorry, no. I mean, I like her, but this is looking real. She was like, Destiny has not done anything to me. Why would I do anything to hurt Destiny? Duh. I'm like, well, why would you?
Yeah, I don't get that, because she should have shut it down, not egg it on, and that's what she did. So, and I didn't hear any of that. I didn't hear her social media response to it, but I wish I had. But from what you're saying, things I call BS.
Bit, yeah.
I mean, I don't believe that she planned for what's the girl, Tiffany to say anything.
Yeah,
but her response to the situation was shady to me. Shady.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like, I'm just going to say, I just don't want her to start being the lady that just because my husband cheated, that every time something is coming up, that's the first thing you're throwing out. Did he cheat? How's your family going?
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Because that's what it seems like, don't be a bitter Betty about that, and then try to knock everybody else's situation. Every situation is not the same,
Right. Yeah. Oh, honey, you don't know what all these men are out here at the club doing this. I mean, and again, like I said, you stuck with it for 5 years. If you say he cheated on you for 5 years, why did you stay for 5 years? I understand family. I understand children. I understand businesses. I understand all of that. But come on. Now, I'm just saying, like, at some point, go ahead, Shani. I'm not gonna get into that.
I feel you. But the highlight of this scene to me was the fact that Destiny and Kimmie are like ace boon cools now. I don't know if they're ace boon cools, but they're cool, right?
Yeah.
That's where I get that thing, because both of them are alike per Melody and look, and Martell. You really didn't mention his name, Martell. Well, I know they have to be talking about Martell, right?
Yes,
so they can't mention his name. Oh, what is that about? But anyway, so they both said that they both have the same kind of personalities, and Kimmie has been known to pop off, and they know that Destiny has been known to pop off, and Kimmie was like, well, you pop off, I pop off, we're just gonna be popping off. That was cute. I thought that was cute.
I thought it was cute too.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So then we go to Marsau and Tisha. I thought that was so cute. She looked so cute in her little outfit when she greeted him. That was so adorable.
Yes.
Yeah. But then they go on talking about her it's like he doesn't, to me, I feel as though he doesn't trust her judgment on anything.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
Because he's always second guess, he won't allow her to make a decision. And even going further down into the episode when he was talking to his aunt and uncle too, it's like he doesn't trust her to make decisions. I don't know.
Well, maybe because he knows that she's kind of reactionary. You know how she, how she doesn't handle. Yeah, she doesn't handle situations well so he might feel like, he seems like, we don't know him, but Marsau, he seems intuitive. Like he looks at a lot of stuff.
It does.
A lot of times when I'm not saying he's right about everything, but a lot of times when he's giving Tisha advice, to me, he's kind of giving her good sound advice. Like, well, if you had looked at it this way and, handled it that way. And, and it's to me, so it's like I don't know if he sees the person that sees both sides of the coin, but
it seems that way.
A little bit.
Devil's like how we always say playing devil's advocate. So I always look at the other side. And that's what you're saying, looking at both sides of the coin. I agree with that.
Yeah.
She doesn't always take well to that. So maybe that's why he's like, yeah. Because then even with I'm jumping ahead, but even when they were having the conversation, when Jalen and Kimmie were having the conversation about the job, and he was saying he'll ask Tisha and he'll do what Tisha says, then Marsau will come back and be like, no, I don't want to do it that way. And it's like, that's still that same thing. Like he doesn't trust her judgment. But I thought that they were cute together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it seemed like it was like the couples were interacting today. That's what the episode had, the couples.
Yeah.
Then Kimmie and Maurice were having their conversation. And I totally agree with what Maurice was saying. Because, the last week, Tiffany gave some tea about Monster, a child, vaping. I guess something maybe she heard from her son or something like that. And you're mentioning it in a group of people. You don't even know how close Kimmie is to all the other people besides Melody at this table that you don't even know, and you're bringing up that kind of information. And Maurice was saying that now you have labeled my son as a deviant. You've told the world knows that he was vaping, and now they're gonna maybe look at him differently, and that's unfair. And then if you're gonna spill some tea or something bad about someone else, tell some about yourself. He said that, tell some about your child, which of course she wasn't going to do and she didn't do. So I agree with him on that part. What did you think about that?
Shani, I agree with you and Maurice 1000%. Like, first of all, you don't have any business talking about anybody's child on a national program like that anyways, and definitely not painting them in a bad light. And so, I'm just there for what they were talking about. What he was saying with Kimmie, but keep talking about Maurice, because I'm gonna have to say, family, on this episode, Maurice shocked me a little bit. He's moving in a way that I'm like, I don't know what is going on, because I'll just say he's big on a lot on success. And this is like, I'm like, this word in you, Maurice, is about to turn your situation upside down.
I know, because it seems as if, from what we got from their conversation, that he is spending more, that he's gotten Monster to live with them. It seems like Kimmie's the one who's doing most of the work and most of the caring for him.
But you won't let me make a decision about anything.
Right. And you don't keep me informed. Now, he should have told her about that jump about the vapor. That he told Kaya what, but didn't tell Kimmie, the one who's taking care of the kid, while you at work at 3:00 in the morning. Remember, he said they may work at 3:00 in the morning.
Doing what? Where does he work? What does he do?
He's an entrepreneur. He has his own business. I guess they do. He does credit repair, and then I think they started some kind of realty or building houses, something like that. Realty thing. I can't say for sure about that part, but I know he was into credit repair.
Gotcha. I understand. I was just going to say to the family that yes, Kaya should know. That's mom, of course, but for him to not even broach that subject with Kimmie at all, and as Kimmie said, and I had to kind of give her credit. Let's not forget, I raised a young man, and I didn't do such a shabby job. So you could hear something from me and get an opinion from me on maybe something as it relates to your son too, Maurice. But I jumped in front of it. I apologize. So Shani,
no, that's good, because I was gonna say, but to me, I feel as though he doesn't, deep down from what he projects and the underlying little things he says, I don't think I'm not saying he doesn't respect the way she raised him, but I guess there's some things that he wishes that Jalen would do or be more proactive at that he is not. So perhaps that's why he's thinking like, no, I don't want you to tell monster just because I don't want monster to be like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because remember the previous. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is just like a touchy subject, and I don't know why. But my thing is, because I always say, of course, parents will put everything into the children that they can to try to have them become the best person that they can possibly become. Yeah. But all efforts are not indicative of the end result of how a child's life will play out. So even if Jalen, of course, does not have that entrepreneurship push and drive like Maurice has. Like you said, I forgot about that. He challenged him about that last season. Like, come on, we're laying the groundwork for you, don't you? And it's like, hold on a second. Maybe he hasn't decided what he wants. You just went back. You just finished law school, and you're not 21 years old, so you didn't know in the beginning either. And I understand. We're laying the groundwork for you. We've done the hard work for you, but at the same time, calm down. Because all the way, because you can put it all into your son, and he may turn around and say, I want to be an ice cream cone dipper for life. You just don't know. Like,
never know. Exactly. You don't never know. So many parents have done so much for the children, and their child may turn out to be, whatever. Then you have people who don't do much for the children, and they come be rock stars. They do everything. Right. So I guess that's to your comment about you just don't know. You can put all you can into it. You just don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah. So I didn't go ahead.
I think he has to keep her informed because, if that's your partner, that's your wife, even though she's not his mother. However, she cares for him. So you need to include her in stuff that's going on with him. I'm sorry. That's just, I don't know. Maurice and Marsau, they have like these antiquated views of marriage, maybe women, maybe it's like this. I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. And Martell too, but that's another story. We didn't really see him this time. But that was deep. And then then they went back and forth with that conversation. It probably lasted hours. It seemed like it seemed like it lasted a long time on the show. The little bit we saw.
Right.
And the end result was they were going to have a meeting with his mom, Kiowa, and the mom's current husband, regarding, I guess, the care of him or the goals that they wanted him to reach. Well, we get to the place.
I'm like, this dude, seriously.
And Maurice talking about something, he got a meeting to go to. He talking about he got a meeting to go to. This is your stuff.
Thank you.
What are you talking about?
Thank you. And as Kimmie said, I won't talk for you. I'm not going to talk for you. I'll never do it because I know what she was probably thinking. Usually you don't want me to. Now today, because it's convenient, I don't know, but I'm just saying it's the way it looked. And I was just like, whatever meeting that you have as it relates to business, success, like take it down. You have to talk about your son right now. And the mom has come from out of town to talk about the son. And you're leaving? He has to come back in this restaurant next week. He has to.
I hope so.
He has to.
He's like, we're gonna have to reschedule then. And he was like, that's just the bottom line. That's the answer. He was like, no. And then they show it's probably maybe that is it. That little suspense thing. They want us to stay tuned for next week. Yeah. He can come back.
He has to. He probably went to the car, made a call, and said, "Listen, to the attorney, I have a meeting I have to take as it pertains to my son, and can we push it back?" And he's going to come back in and have that conversation.
He has to. Right. He has to, because there's no way that he has to come back, because all of the talk that they had previously about her trying to give suggestions and him not listening or taking heed to what she's saying, and then now you're going to say, okay, well, maybe he's trying to prove that I do trust you. Maybe that's it.
Oh, okay. Maybe. I didn't think about that, Shani. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's trying to prove that I do trust you. So, okay, you can handle this. And whatever you say is go. But I would hate to have her talk about a bunch of stuff and then he go back and be like, nah, I don't agree, and contradict everything she has said, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't play that game. That's not a good game.
No.
Hate test.
No.
Hate relationship tests. So I'm gonna fail it every time. Don't hate relationship test.
Don't do this, right?
Don't do that. I hate that. Yes, come on.
So that was the end of the episode. They left us with that cliffhanger of Kimmie sitting at that table, and Maurice absent. Maurice is gone, and here come Kiowa and her husband walking in. So we'll see what's going to happen next week, sweet people.
Yes, but before we go away, Shani, I just have to ask one question to you because I'm praying that you know. Why was Tisha crying at the black party?
Oh, I forgot all about that part. She was not crying.
Okay, good.
I think it was something that got into her eye.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe she was crying. And I've seen her. Now I did look at on Facebook, I'm in this group, this Love and Marriage Huntsville Facebook group. And they were saying that too. Everybody was saying that she wasn't crying. She just had something in her eye. And she just like, how they were outside, maybe the wind was blowing, I don't know, maybe stuff got in her eye. But I didn't see her crying.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I missed that part. I forgot about that part because I want to say this. She should not go with him to stuff like that. Because I don't believe that. I'm not saying that. I don't think, honest to God, I don't think that he was trying to highlight those women. But when you're in a business like that, you have to smooth, and you have to be just talking to everybody friendly and just open to everyone. And it can't be just men or ugly women or whatever, it's got to be everybody. And I think that she probably needs to stay home. What do you think? I know that because I've been in something like that before with somebody, and I'll be like, see, that's me too. I don't like that either. So I'm like, it's best for me to be out, not to be in that situation.
Well, I don't think she should stay home.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she should stay home. And I mean, I would definitely go, and I'm going to be there because that's their business, and they're conducting business. The thing that was so strange to me is they don't know how the night truly played out, but they showed her equally talking to the different gentlemen there too. She was talking to people and schmoozing and, like you said, trying to promote the brand. And, they had Kyra walk up, and I didn't realize, I hadn't thought about that it was in Houston and they had the whole Ready to Love crew there and Nephew Time and everybody was there to support. But it was just like, but even remember I told you, Kyra spoke to the side on that and said it was like a little, they set that up in that way. It didn't even happen like that. She was saying how it looked.
She said something else today. I guess people are going in because she said something. She had another post today about it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What'd she say?
Saying something like, well, you guys are going to think what you're going to think, but I know what what it is. Something to that effect. Not exactly those words, but something to that effect.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, but so I was just, the only reason what made me think Tisha was crying because Marsau was like, what's going on? Like he was like, you're beautiful. And when he said you're beautiful, I was like, why is he having to reassure her that on that balcony? That's why I was wondering if she had.
I did not initially when seeing the previews prior, I thought she was crying, but then when watching it, I didn't really think that it didn't seem as though she was crying.
Gotcha.
But I do feel like she said something like that was unnecessary for her to say, I saw that girl eyeing you. I mean, like, really? What? I was like, come on, girl.
Right.
Come on. But
yeah.
I still think you stay home, Tisha.
I mean, listen, you can't have when you are a bar owner or any type of establishment like that, especially in that bar club scene, that's a rough one, So, like you said, Shotty, if she can't handle him talking and hobnobbing with women, she's stay home, Tisha, so you won't have a bad time every time you go.
I know, because this is just know, your husband. I mean, you should have trust. Know your husband. He's not trying to, I don't. Well, that's a whole nother story. Really, you don't know, but anyway. But so so that was the episode, the rumor mill. Okay, and so the highlight for me from this episode was when Maurice was talking about how that was inappropriate for Tea Fanny to give that tea on Little Monster. That was rude. I thought that was, because I totally agree with him on that. And they should really retract. They should make her, she should be on social media. Have you checked her? I haven't checked her social media. I want to check her social media because she should be making an apology to that family, to that child and their parents about that.
I agree. Yes, I agree 1000%. And my highlight is just a short one, but my highlight was Jalen being considered the cougar tamer.
Oh,
come on, Jalen, come through. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? Cougar tamer. So we're really
that was funny. Yeah. No, I forgot about that too. What was that? I guess I was so focused on those other things. I was like, okay, yeah, cougar. He's the cougar. Oh my goodness. Cougar magnet. Cougar magnet. Okay.
Cougar magnet. We'll tell you. We'll talk about it again. I know they'll bring it up again.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe, like, follow. Yes. In that order.
Right.
See you next time.
Okay. Bye.